Hello, it's my aim to present in the next couple of minutes scriptural evidence for the idea that Jesus will return to the world visibly. Our starting position is last week's video, which presented the case for Jesus returning physically, that he will come to the earth again one day in the future in much the same way as he was seen to have left the earth. After his resurrection, the apostles saw Jesus lifted up into the heavens, and a cloud took him out of their sight. And two angels told them that this Jesus who has been taken from you into heaven will come back in the same way you have seen him go. He was seen as he ascended to heaven, so he will be seen when he returns. This brings us to our lesson verse in Revelation chapter 1. Which describes the return of Jesus like this: "To him who loves us and has freed us from our sins by his blood, be glory and dominion forever." Verse 7, "Behold, he is coming with the clouds, and every eye will see him, even those who pierced him, and all tribes of the earth will wail on account of him." This verse tells us that Jesus will return visibly, and everyone will see him. This includes those who pierced Jesus, which I don't think means only the Roman soldiers who pierced his hands with nails, or the soldier who pierced his dead body with a spear, or only the Jewish leaders who conspired to kill Jesus, or Roman Governor Pilate who failed to block their plans, but rather those who pierced him probably means the kind of people who had Jesus put to death, people like us. Sinful humankind. Note that John says here, all the tribes of the earth will mourn. In Matthew 24, when Jesus' disciples asked him when his prophecy about the destruction of the Jewish temple would be fulfilled, and what would be the sign of his coming and of the end of the age, in verse 4, Jesus answered them, "See that no one deceives you, for many will come in my name, claiming I am the Messiah, and they will deceive many." But Jesus warned about being misled by people falsely claiming that he has returned. In verse 23, "If anyone says to you, 'Look, here is the Messiah,' or 'There he is,' do not believe it. If anyone says to you," verse 26, "'There he is out in the desert,' do not go out. If they say, 'Here he is in the inner rooms,' do not believe it." So his return will not be hidden. It will not be in secret. In verse 27, he goes on, "For as lightning that comes from the east is visible even in the west, so will be the coming of the Son of Man." So when Jesus returns to this world to establish his kingdom, it will be unmistakable. It will be obvious to everyone, like lightning in darkness that illuminates the whole sky from one side to the other. In verse 29, there will be signs in the heavens, and the sign of the Son of Man, verse 30, when all people, all tribes of the earth will mourn, and will see him coming on the clouds with power and great glory. That will be the sign of the Son of Man. Jesus will need to provide no other sign of his authenticity. Jesus made a similar claim to Caiaphas the high priest in Mark 14 here. The high priest asked him, "Are you the Messiah, the Son of the Blessed One?" "I am," said Jesus, "and you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the Mighty One and coming on the clouds of heaven." And in the second letter to the church in Thessalonica, his future appearing is described as Jesus revealed from heaven in blazing fire with his mighty angels. So, when Jesus returns to judge the world and to rule over it, people will see him and they will know. His presence will not be invisible. His presence will be obvious. Comment if you think of any other verses which support or refute this assertion. You might also want to subscribe and click the bell icon if you want to be notified of future videos in this channel. Thank you for listening.